That was American Grease, Caution Hot Grease CD. And that was a song called Special Interest that Brez sang.
Yes.
And that's a very good song. Very good song. And we have the privilege also of having Bobby Stocker, who's going to be on our show next week, and him and Wags will be our Halloween night guests, and reaching into the far reaches of your mind, the dark, dark side of your
Scary
mind.
guys.
So put your children to bed. We don't want to hurt anybody. Your women and children, put them to bed, and we don't want them to listen to the show because it may offend them and affect them for the rest of their lives. But anyhow, so Joel, you did a lot of things. I mean, we were talking earlier about clothing. How did you ever get in? I mean, if everybody around here knows about the Leather Loft in Mineral City, and it was there for many, many years, and you did some fantastic things there. I mean, I saw a lot of your work.
Well, I came back from California.
And anytime you need to jump in, Bobby, you just jump right in.
When I came back from California after, I don't remember what, who cares. I came back, leather was a big thing out there, and it hadn't really hit anything here yet, very little. And I come home and I had that sewing machine sitting there, and I said, kind of tired of doing cars right now. I think I'll make clothes. And everybody said, oh, you can't do that. Well, I guess I fooled them. I did it.
Well, when somebody tells you you can't.
Yeah, well, I've always been that way. If you tell me I can't do something, I'm hell-bent. You can say that, I guess.
You can say hell-bent. You can say whatever you want.
You know, to do it. So I've always been that way. And so I decided to make leather clothes. So I had to find a leather source. So I got on the phone and called information all over the place, you know. And I finally found a place in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, called General Split Corporation that manufactured split leather. That's the first kind that you saw early on, was rough on both sides. That's called split leather.
Okay.
That's when they take the hide and split it in half long ways and leave the top grains up here, rough on one side, and two sides are rough down here. That's when they split the leather, you know, shave it down. But they did the split leather up there, and I went up there. I went to Milwaukee and went in there and was talking to these people, and I tried to let them know that, to see if their product was good enough for what I wanted to do. And anyway, they gave me I bought some leather, went home and made a bunch of things, and I went back up there and showed them what I made. And the guy said, you know what, there's a leather show in New York here in about a month. And he says, we're there at the leather show every year, and you know what, the only thing we've ever done is draped hides so people can see them, but we'd like you to go to New York, we'll set you up, pay for everything, you show what can be made out of leather, and show our customers. So I said, okay, you know, why not? So I went to New York and did that, and the last day they came around to me and said, we'd like to take your clothes to the runway show that they show for the magazines and all that stuff.
Oh, cool.
To show your clothes on the runway. And I said, okay, I'll do that. So that's what we did. Went over there to where they were doing this, and they showed my clothes. And from that, Boutique magazine got a hold of me and did a centerfold on me on my leather stuff and a story on me. And
wow, that's cool.
It kind of got things really going, helped get things going even more, you know.
Yeah.
And I was real lucky. I really was. I just happened to be at the right place at the right time for once in my life.
Talent helps too.
Well, yeah, a little bit, I guess. But, you know, I was at the right place at the right time with that, and I tell you, I had a heck of a run. Well, I really did.
The Leather Loft was, I mean, everybody did the Leather Loft, whether you were from here or wherever you were from.
Yeah, that thing, they came from all surrounding states, Michigan, Indiana, all over to get stuff made. I made stuff for people all over the country. I even costumed Jacques Brel is alive and well and living in Paris on Broadway. I costumed that project too.
Holy cow, that's amazing. Yeah,
You know, my name was in the credit every time. You know, when they took that on the road too.
Wow.
So yeah, like I said, I was lucky.
You still do any of that kind of stuff at all? Or?
No, not for several years.
Wow, that was a good run.
The leather ran its course, so to speak. I used the best leather you could get up in New England. I bought it, and the EPA stepped in and shut them down. All these tanners in this country, they tried to shut them all down. Did a real good job.
Wow.
And so they had to import it. So they started importing crap.
Yeah.
So I said, hey, I've always put my name on a good product, and I'm not putting my name on a shit, you know.
Good
so
for you.
I wouldn't do it.
Good for you.
I said, I'm done. That's
Yeah.
it. So I walked away.
Oh, that's good.
And
good for you.
I wouldn't do it. I just wouldn't use a piece of junk to put my name on, because I'd had a pretty good reputation, I think, for all the years.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to spoil it by using something that guy went like that and ripped out, you know. Because a lot of that split leather, especially that split leather, if it was over processed, it became rotten.
Yeah.
Actually, just pull apart. And I wouldn't use none of that stuff. I don't care what it's for a dog
Yeah.
box, you know. I wouldn't do it.
You know, before I ever met Joel, when I was a kid, I grew up. I did two things. I played drums. And I raced motorcycles, flat track motorcycle racing. And I used to go to Matthias's all the time, and Hilltop, and then later on it was all
Hilltop was like stock cars on Friday night and
bikes on
Saturday, ruts and all.
Yep, and I remember, oh man, I couldn't have been no more than 13 maybe. A guy had on a cool looking set of brown leathers, you know, racing leathers, full leather suit that's zipped together with a jacket you could pull it apart. I said, oh, those are cool leathers. I haven't seen any like those. I said, where did you get those? And he said, well, I had those made at the Leather Loft by a guy named Joel Gordon. And they were brown. They were really super cool looking. And so way before, years before I ever met Joel, I had heard who he was just when I was a kid. And he said, it's a Leather Loft in Mineral City. And of course I was a young kid, I didn't know nothing about it, but so he had people getting racing leathers and stuff made by him, and
custom made to that.
I mean, tailored everything and zipped together and had a number on them, remember?
Yeah, I did it whatever they wanted. They came from all over. They came from all over the place to get stuff made like that.
Amazing.
Other states.
I mean, I can still remember. That's why I asked the guy about. I'm like, wow, those are really nice leathers. Where'd you get them?
Yeah.
And then he laid that on me, and I thought, wow, right in Tuscarawas County.
Yeah, that's hard to believe.
Or Stark County, I guess it would be.
No,
Is it Tuscarawas?
Still Tusk, yeah.
Yeah, Tuscarawas.
Yeah. Well, that's great. And so that was a Leather Loft, and that every time I went through Mineral City, I had to stop at the TV Tavern. So I never made it to the Leather Loft.
TV Tabernacle, we called it.
Yep.
A lot of stuff happened at TV Tavern in Mineral City,
yeah.
good and bad.
Oh yeah.
Mineral.
Oh yeah.
Spent many a day in Mineral.
Yeah. Well, I've got quite a few discs here. Are any of these discs that you have here have Bobby on them?
I don't think I am.
Yes, you are someplace. You're right there.
On that one?
No, Jan's on that one, but I got in on the
Jan ain't
picture.
on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's me on the photo, on the cover though.
Well, you got
Remember, that was right when I moved back, when that was going down.
Okay.
So I got in just in time for the release.
Okay.
Don't remember. Sorry.
Well, there's a lot to remember. You guys got some stories that's just amazing to me. And yeah, you didn't. It's got Bobby Stocker on here. It says Bobby Stocker.
I don't think I played on it though. I might. You know what? Who knows?
Well, this was the last one. This was out of the snake pit
And into the fire.
and into the fire. And so we're going to cue up a song on there. You got a song there that you said you really liked was called Forever Raining.
That's one of our own.
That's one of your own?
Yeah, this other stuff was on there was somebody else's idea, not ours.
Okay, and then this one was produced by who? Jeffrey?
Jeffrey Normal.
Or Not So? Not So, no, what a name, Jeffrey
Yeah,
Normal.
well, he
That wasn't his real name.
certainly wasn't normal. Trust me
He
on that
wasn't.
one.
Maybe his middle name was Not So.
Not so, that's about it.
That guy was a character.
Sitting at the console smoking a J.
Oh, yeah, well, you wonder whatever happened to him. He can't be
Probably
alive.
somebody shot him by now.
Yeah,
Probably.
another one of them stories.
He ran that stuff down our throat, really didn't want it, but
Well, anyhow, we're going to play this. This was the lineup. You had Bones on guitar. It was Gary Bonham, that everybody knows. Brez, of course, Joel Gordon was our guest tonight. And then Mr. Dave Penzie was still with you. Got Darren Ranta on vocals also. And Bobby Stocker on drums. It says right here, Bobby, you must have been there.
I must have
Yeah, you
been.
Your picture's on the
I
front.
could have sworn, but
You
like I
shouldn't
said-
swear. Really, you shouldn't swear.
You're right. So I won't.
Okay, we're gonna play this song. It's called "Forever Raining," and this was written by you guys, or okay. And this is an original song. We're gonna play it here, right here on DNP 102.3. We're a Saturday Night Live and local, and there's just all kinds of guests coming in the show. Here we have Larry Karoll just walked in the studio, and Larry wanted to check this thing out tonight. He's all dressed up in purple. So
purple.
anyhow, we're gonna play this song here, "Forever Raining," "Out of the Snake Pit and Into the Fire" by American Grease with Bobby Stocker and Joel Gordon.